Bokida Heartfelt Reunion is an open-world exploration game with some puzzle elements, some great visuals, and some impressive physics. You play as the messenger, tasked with bringing a couple of longtime lovers back together, and you do this by solving puzzles and turning on these monoliths that bring the planets closer to each other. I mean, I think they're planets, but one of them is talking to you. It's not the most cut and dry story, but it doesn't need to be. The core feature of this game is blocks. You can build with them, cut them apart, blow them away with a shotgun, and then admire the impressive physics engine that this game has. All of these tools are used for either experimentation or to solve puzzles with. Let me just address the elephant in the room. The game is gorgeous. I know I say that about a lot of games these days, but holy shit, I can't even count the amount of times I was floored by this game. More than just visually. When you first get dropped into the seemingly endless open world, it's such a humbling feeling of being the only person in this massive planet, and then you get hit with this wonderful soundtrack that takes that feeling you had and completely authenticates it. The core mechanic of this game is building, but whenever I put down blocks to travel or to make things, I felt like I was defiling some revered piece of art. And that's by no means a bad thing, that's just a testament to what the devs have accomplished visually with this title. If I had to gripe, I would say that sometimes the monochromatic world is a bit too simple, where sometimes I'm in areas completely devoid of color, and I can't really tell what I'm looking at sometimes. But for 90% of the game, I was very impressed with what was on my screen. Now, this game completely hits the mark on its presentation, but when you try to buckle down and classify exactly what this game is, it starts getting a little tough. Bokida is part exploration game, part puzzle game, and part physics simulation game, but I don't feel that the game really excels in any of these aspects. Let me explain. At first, exploring the world is legitimately fun through the great movement mechanics, and there's plenty of exploration to be done. But after you travel the world, beat the game, you see all the major sights to see, what else is there to do? Well, you've got 67 of these echoes to find that'll unlock more tools for you to play with, and you've got these sort of murals to find that offer some lore to the world, and some well-written philosophical quotes, and that's basically it. If you're into spending hours hunting down every single one of these to get that hard-earned achievement, you'll have a grand old time. But for me, once I found all the game's visual treats, I genuinely lost motivation to scour the immense world to find just a few echoes or murals tucked away in some deep crevice of the world. The world that I once found magical felt needlessly gigantic once the game asks you to search every tiny part of it instead of enjoying it as a whole. Now, I want to make this very clear to you. Despite some premonitions you might be having from the footage you've seen, Bokida is not a puzzle game. There aren't nearly enough puzzles to be considered a true puzzle game, and the puzzles you do have aren't nearly challenging enough to be considered a good puzzle game. Now, I'm not trying to shit on this game for not being something that it clearly doesn't set out to be, but I want to make it clear that if you're buying this game for anything other than the joy of the exploration, you're going to be disappointed. First of all, you can beat the game in 2 hours. Now, the puzzles only really come into play when you're trying to advance the story by activating the monoliths, so there are no extra puzzles in the endgame, it's just trying to find all of the collectibles. There are definitely some promising signs of a potentially great puzzle game through the many capable tools the player can work with and create within the game, but the game doesn't make full use of anything it has going for it. Puzzles like guiding the laser to the stones, or cutting the tree just the right way to grow the branches in the right direction, they don't really require any sort of extra thought. You take one look, you know exactly what you have to do, and then it's just trial and error until you cut the block just right, or grow the branch long enough to hit the thing. I feel like they made tutorial puzzles for these potentially great mechanics and then didn't take them further at all. And some of these puzzles can be outright busted, like this one where you need to place the blocks in the right place to line up with the pictures on the sides. It forces you to look at what you're doing in different perspectives, but just as you're about to reach that point where you struggle with what to do, you realize that the game lights up what blocks are correct, so you can just place blocks everywhere in the bitch until you put down all the right ones. But again, Bokida claims it merely has puzzle elements. Can I really fault it at failing at something it doesn't overtly advertise itself as? You know, how about we chalk it up as one big-ass missed opportunity? Let's talk about some of the fun you can have with the blocks. You know, I made a little volcano by breaking up all the blocks inside a little house and then reversing the gravity. I made a multi-leveled airship, then cut it off from its support and set sail. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the peak of my creative effort. I've created a ship in this game. I'll give you the guided tour real quick. Here we go. We head into the bowels of the ship here. Ooh, look at this view. You jump into this area, boom, you got a little recreational area. I'm not sure what function these things serve, but they're there. I've got some rooms here for my crewmates to chill in. Can't really tell them apart because you can't be very creative when green is the only color you're given, but boom, this is like I imagine this is where the TV with FIFA on it will be, just chilling for all my mates to come and play. And then we reached the peak of our ship. You got the top with all these, I'm not sure what they do, but they look like they generate speed, okay? And they look cool as hell, my guy. And then you got this part where, you know, you got the sail going, catching some wind. There's not a doubt in my mind that this vessel will reach parts of this world that have yet to have been seen. I've been making this for about 2 hours now, so my speaking is not very good. I've only got one shot at this. You can't really save your creations. As much as I love this ship, it's time to win. Here we go, baby. Ooh. Oh, the lag. The lag's hitting. Oh, now I can control the gravity, so if I fall away, I can bring it back up, baby. Here we go. Let me get in my little perk. Boom. Here we go. Oh my god, my platform. Oh no. No. Alright, reverse gravity. We should be going back up. We should be going back up. Come on. Come on. Let's regain some altitude, people. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. Now it's bouncing me off. Oh my god, the floor. Okay, so you don't want to hit the floor too much. Alright, maybe if I give it a little push. Oh god. Alright, come back up. Come back up. Maybe I'll give my ship a little push. Alright, that didn't work. Come on, baby. Don't go down like this. Not like this. Come on. Come back up. Let's go. Let's go. And push. Come on. Push. Push. We've made like no distance. I have a tail. Ship has a tail. No. Come on. Let me push. Push it. I'm not. Oh, yes. 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 Oh my god. I'm clipping through it. I'm clipping through it. I'm above it now. What? What? Oh, no! My ship! My ship! The frame rate! Come back! Come back! Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. This is the legit frame rate. I'm on a GTX 970. Oh no. Oh no! There is some fun to be had with the physics tools, but the possibilities are very limited. Completely blowing away and just eviscerating your creations until all that's left is a beautiful wasteland of particles is pretty badass, but after about an hour of doing this, it just gets old. You aren't really given enough tools to take full advantage of this competent physics engine. The story itself, for as artistically as it's told, is pretty straightforward. The journey is fun, but the ending doesn't have too much payoff. When I finished Bokida, it felt like I finished a demo. The game ends before it can take full advantage of the tools it gives you. The puzzles are easy, simple, and never really innovate themselves. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed my time with the game. It's got plenty of flaws, but I can't deny the enjoyment I got from playing with its sandbox tools, or the numerous times the game simply blew me away. I recommend Bokida only if the money is right and you've got an afternoon to blow looking at some beautiful visuals, imbibing in the simple joys of making a castle just to destroy it, and if you want to be yelled at by a Korean woman to bring together a couple of planets. You know, in that aspect, it really succeeds. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the review, I'd appreciate it if you let me know with a like or in the comments section. Make sure you go to kbmod.com for all the best PC gaming news and reviews, and let me know what reviews you want to see next.